Hello everyone and welcome back to Firefly. Well, today is a very special day. Today we are going to be starting up our brand new island, and what we're going to be doing today is starting Spring Core. So the exciting thing about this island is that we're going to be doing half spring, half summer. So I've had recommendations down in the comments below, and actually I will pop the names up on the screen here. So thank you for recommending these ideas to me, everyone. I definitely do read everyone's comments, and I actually postponed what I was doing originally for this because honestly I thought it was really fitting, and yeah, I wanted to try it out and see what we could create. Now you see what I'm wearing here, my fresh outfit. So we are going to be doing Spring Core first, and we are going to be doing kind of like I wouldn't say, I don't know, more of like a rustic idea, or I don't know, maybe like a rustic Spring Core, whatever you want to call it. You know, there's so many different names you can call these things, but I'm very excited to get started. So we are practically starting off where we left off. We have a lot of stuff, a lot of trash that we need to get rid of. I did go ahead and grabbed all of the stuff that I'm going to be needing, which is a lot of stuff. Now, I do wonder if I actually have a trash can, but regardless, I'm finally doing something that is, you know, in the right season, and I was like, man, that is like a first for me because I feel like I do everything out of order. But yeah, so first things first, we need to do some cleanup here. We need to get all this stuff out of the way because we are going to be doing, I would say probably, I guess like the walkway to resident services and right off the airport, trying to figure out how we're going to map all of that out. Because sometimes, honestly, that can be the hardest part. But I also think it's one of the funnest part because it's like, I don't know, the start of how your island is going to be too, because right off the airport you lead typically to resident services anyways, or what people kind of aim to do, and I feel like it is a good starting point for any island. Just, I don't know, it makes things a lot easier to path out and stuff too. So let's go ahead and finish cleaning up, and then we can get to pathing. And now that we got everything for the most part cleaned up in the general area that we are going to be working on today, I want to go ahead and remove some of the water, only because I do think that it will be in the way for the time being, and plus it's always good to get out some water when you can, just because odds are you're really not going to use it. And honestly too, I have so many Nook miles right now. I didn't anticipate having this many, like right now too. I still have like 12,000 left, even after like purchasing everything. But I want to get rid of the water that is going to be in the way of the pathing that I'm going to be placing down. And the pathing that I'm going to use is actually really cool. I kind of stumble upon it because when people are asking for like Spring Core and like Summer Core and stuff, I don't really know what classifies as Spring Core, but the cores themselves kind of get a little weird to me saying that over and over again, and I feel like it can be a meme sometimes because you can just make any type of core you want and it's a thing. But anyways, I wanted to look up some spring ideas. Where I'm living at currently, it is definitely springtime because it is raining. My grass is growing like crazy and my flowers are sprouting. So I definitely want to implement that stuff, but also I want to create like a town aesthetic too to go with it. Maybe like some like farming areas and other stuff like that, like vegetables, like the crops and stuff, because I haven't yet to use anything like that. So I really want to try it out. Now I do have it like on my main account and stuff, but you know, not like on any of the other islands that I've built. I think I've used like the bamboo looking one. I think it's the sugar cane, but I want to try different things as well. So now for the pathing that we're going to be using, again, it is a really cool one. I went ahead and downloaded it. Did not mean to click on that. Let's see. I kind of forgot even how to do this. There we go. Cool. So I went ahead and downloaded a bunch of paths. Now, looking at this, it does not make sense. To me, it doesn't either, but it does work. So definitely be using that. And then I went ahead and downloaded a bunch of other cool paths I think that we can use throughout the spring core. Of course, if I don't use them, I can overwrite them, but we have a lot of space left for paths. So yeah, if I need to get more, I will. But this is kind of the look that we are going for here. Now, to do this, I need to create kind of like, I don't know the best way to say it, like going off of here. So this is already kind of an awkward like starting point because this is 2. So we need to make that look good somehow. So what we could do in theory is start it going left to right opposed to going this way, just so we don't have to deal with anything else really. So I actually think I'm going to do that. So starting off, we're going to go ahead and place down, I think, because I could do the road like that. Now I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I think that I want this part to be grass. So what we could do, maybe just to help my brain out, we can place down these just currently right here. And then what we could do is then start the road, because I want to make sure that like this road actually blends together, if that makes any sense at all. I want to make sure that like I'm actually using the paths that are used rather than just like placing down what I think would be best. Now I wonder if this path would look better, because this is a new path to me, so I don't really know how it's going to work, but I looked it up online and it looked really, really cool. So I definitely want to try my best to make it work, because this right here is what sold me, is like this patch. Like this looks so cool. It's like if there's like, you know, where you live at, there's always like a pothole or something in the road. This is like a very makeshift pothole cover. I thought this was really, really cool. And then I want to continue this out all the way through, just going up to where resident services is. So now again, this is another weird one. So we can combat that by just kind of making like a T, like going up here and going like this, just so we're not having to worry about any of like centering, because I do like to keep things centered. So I want to try my best with that to keep that. Now it might not be possible, but I want it to be best of my ability. And then also too, I want this to be random. I don't want this to be perfect. I want it to look like this road hasn't been worked on for a very long time, and kind of keep up with that same aesthetic that I want. I just think it will look really cool in my opinion. So let's go ahead and start, I guess, mapping everything out and seeing what we come up with. Okay, so kind of got the general outline that I'm going for, but this is looking really cool. So it is actually really what I wanted. So as you saw, I did unfortunately have to dig up everything, well, kick up rather, everything that I needed to do anyways. So this has like, this is a transparent pathing, so I need to kind of use that to my advantage and put a pathing underneath of it to give it the aesthetic that I'm going for. Now over here it's going to be a little bit weird, so what I'm doing is I'm making this look kind of run down, I guess you can say, to give it that look like I'm going for, kind of like, you know, roads that are worn down and need to be worked on. And I think this is going to be a really good way to do this, just helping it kind of capture the look that I'm going for. I think maybe even like a little, like kind of where the roads are beaten up and they don't look like they're well maintained. I think it's going to look really cool. Kind of, I don't know. This is something I really wanted to do, and when I saw this, I was like, man, I got to try this out. And so far, it is working really, really well. So now what I need to do is keep going up and then around resident services, just in the front portion here. So like now that like this is built up like this, now what I can do is what I want to place down some weeds. Again, to make it kind of look like that overgrown look, what I'm going for. So go ahead and grab those, and I'll show you what I'm kind of doing. Just like in this like little corner portion though, I'm just going to place down some weeds, just a little bit. Nothing like crazy. I don't want to like overfill it per se. Actually we might. It may look cool. I don't really know. But there is like a certain weed that does look better than the other ones. So right now I literally got all the same one. Okay, so the weed that has the sprouts up kind of on the highest part up there is the one that we want, because the other ones won't grow like how we want them to grow. So we have to keep on placing them over and over again until we do, because they grow up and they're like it's kind of like a wheat field before we had the wheat field item. It just looks cooler after a few days when you time travel. It's just like the look that we're going for is the one that we need. So yeah, we got to keep on doing this till we get them, and then we can work on going up towards resident services. And I think we did an excellent job catching kind of the idea I was going for. Definitely a run down road. This looks awesome. And what I did to combat the centering is I just made this 4 wide. No big deal. Place a car, whatever it may be. Some of the roads may be different, but this looks absolutely awesome. And now we can get started on placing decorations and stuff around. Now this again is like kind of like a rural area, so I did grab some different types of fencings that I'm going to play around with to see what I like. But I think I am going to go with this and a mixture of like the barbed wire fencing. I think that might look really cool, so I'm going to randomly place these throughout just temporarily. Now I may just change some things later on. Of course, nothing's ever set in stone, especially with me, because my ideas just change so frequently, just how my brain kind of works. But I think for the most part we can make this area look really, really cool and different. Again, I want to kind of put a mixture of things here, what I think is like spring, but I already really like how this is turning out right here with the different fences. Definitely adds a lot of interest and takes away from really there being nothing here at all right now. So I need to cover up this general area first to help capture the aesthetic that I am going for. That is one thing that I always try to work on, is kind of covering up different things that I need to work on. I want there to be a space between the roads here. Ursula, do not talk to me right now. I want there to be like a space just between, so I can place down other things here. I will talk to her only because it's probably like an emote or something. Hopefully, yeah, it's a reaction. But that is something I really want to do. Is to help capture kind of like the vegetables and like the other like produce and stuff that I'm gonna grow along in these areas here. But already you can see how it is transforming, and I want to keep a space in between just so I can plant like trees or put down bushes or anything to kind of help with that, because trust me, they go a long way, and I don't want to block any more of this just because later on down the road I might put something, because honestly I have no idea what all I'm going to put here. This video is basically going to get down the blueprints of everything and how everything is going to go. So that is what we're going to go for. We don't need to do anything over the top or of anything. This honestly, spring core is going to be pretty chill, kind of a minimalist look, but with a big impact, if that makes any sense at all. But so far I'm really liking how this looks. So let's go ahead and get some items and see what we can come up with. And that's going to wrap up today's very first spring core build on our spring/summer island. I really hope you guys did enjoy today's video. And while I'm recording right now, I actually already went out and got the new Switch. So I wanted to kind of record some things for you guys so I could show off to you kind of the experience, because it was a very late night at my local Best Buy. I did decide to go there and not really camp out, but hang out. I was there for about 5 hours or so, but I thought it might make a great addition to the video. So I was pretty creepy and did record just some general things around to show off to you guys, just in case you didn't go get one at the midnight release, or I don't know, just want to see how things went. So yeah, I did, like I said, took some cool like photos and videos too, just to show off to everyone. our first photo we got here is just a sign of the Best Buy itself. It was late at night. I did really love their displays and stuff that they had, and then also their big displays inside the store, which were really nice. Now I will say this Best Buy was very organized on how they were doing things. I'll be able to show you more in photos ahead, but on the right side is where people didn't have pre-orders, and on the left side is where people did actually pre-order things, which was really nice. And here's kind of a first shot of when I actually got there myself, and the line wasn't too bad at this point in time, but I do think that I got lucky. Where the arrow is pointing is actually where I was at in line, or where the line kind of started when I arrived, which was really nice. And then here is, well, where everyone was awkwardly sitting. Again, everyone there was really nice, but the line, and like the people ahead of me, it really wasn't too bad. Overall, a really nice experience. It was a really nice day, and these tickets here, or slips that you get, are kind of really organized too. It's kind of depending on if you're getting the combo or not, but I opted to get the combo deal just because why not? I was there and already sitting, but those were just a certificate letting you know that you got it, so you're not wasting your time in line. But here I am actually walking in for the very first time, and you can see all the little new things you can get. They have Pro Switch controllers, I think like the new camera thing, and this really nice Mario display stand. And they did have some of the newer amiibos, but I didn't end up picking any of those up. But I did end up picking up a Pro controller, and of course the Switch itself. But yeah, overall a really nice experience, and hopefully you guys did just kind of appreciate me doing this for you guys. I thought it would be something cool for you all. But yeah, if you guys did make it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and until next time.